Hello and welcome to another episode of the Hearthstone Report. Another week of Hearthstone in the books, and we got some exciting new content coming up right around the corner. The single player content, the solo challenges in the Boomsday project are finally dropping in a few days, and I'm hyped about this, man. How about you?
Yeah, could be very interesting.
Yeah, we got some detailed information about how it's gonna go down, and that's exactly what we're gonna talk about today.
I mean, individual concepts have been revealed before, but they've shown more of how the UI works, and they said that there's over 100 puzzles in total. They usually have them grouped in 7 to 8 for each thing. There's a panel that slides off to reveal more challenges. I believe there's 4 or 5 in each row. There's 4 rows for each type, and there's, I believe, 4 final challenges below for Dr. Boon, which, ends up being a million different puzzles.
Yeah. When I saw it for the first time, it reminded me a lot of the solo challenges in Madden. If anyone has ever been familiar with that, someone playing Madden, that's how it's been looking for years and years and years now. But the first category of puzzles that we're going to get is the lethal category, and the idea is just to destroy the enemy hero. That's fairly simple, fairly straightforward. That's what Hearthstone is all about. Beating the enemy hero, getting them to 0 health, and the lethal puzzles are gonna present you with different board states. They're gonna present you with different options, and you need to figure out how to kill the enemy hero. That's really all it is.
Yeah, the next type is the mirror, where you're trying to get your board to look exactly like your opponent's. Same minions opposite those to your opponent, have the same health on both sides, which will be a bit interesting because sometimes you might have to heal your opponent's minions, sometimes you might have to damage your own to then get into the exact position that your opponent is in.
Correct. There could be some interesting stuff with the magnetic going on as well, because you might need to play minions in a specific order now.
Yes.
And specific places. So the next one is the board clear, and this is also fairly standard to the game already. Clearing the board means that you remove all minions from the board. They stated that, for example, minions like Harvest Golem might not be so good for that now, because you also want to clear your own minions off the board. So cards like Defy, like Hellfire, all the removal stuff, and trading correctly is going to be important in those situations that they're going to be presented with, and leaving the board completely empty after your turn.
And the last puzzle type is survival, with the idea being similar to lethal, but actually also kind of the opposite, where you're trying not to die.
Correct. So yeah, I think the way I understood it is that the opponent or the computer will have some super strong hero power.
So the one they showed, the opponent, which was the fireworks technician, had a hero power that dealt 9 damage to your face.
So you basically need to get to 30.
I'm not certain if that is the case for all of them, but there will definitely always be something going on where they can deal damage to you in one way or another, and you have to prevent taking that amount of damage.
So all of these, I think, could be really, really good for players of any level, specifically beginners and intermediates, to learn or get a better idea of the fundamental ideas, the fundamental techniques on how to approach situations in the game. Because you don't need to ID when you might have to be looking for a lethal, or when you need to clear the board, when you need to survive, and this is gonna probably train your instincts on recognizing how to go about stuff. So I think this is gonna be one of the better single player contents for sure, because this is going to be one of the more useful ones. And I'm looking forward to those solo challenges a lot. Now, they also said something about the UI. And by saying they said, we are talking about the video that they released, by the way, which you can find in the description of this video. Go look at that for sure. They showed some footage, which we're of course not just going to copy over and show it, because it's theirs. And you're going to find the pre-release or the explanation video on the Hearthstone website, or just in the description of this video. Now, they said something about the UI. They had introduced a reset button, where typically the end turn button would be, because they're keeping the solo challenges, individual puzzles, to 1 turn, meaning that you won't have to be thinking ahead a few turns, and instead of an end turn button, they'll just have reset button. They also stated that the carryover from one challenge to the next one is going to be fluent, so you don't need to back out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mentioned before, with the packs of 7 to 8 challenges that are going back to back, and then you get kicked back to the menu and select the next one.
So you don't need to be getting out, loading up the next one, setting the settings. That's exactly what Madden, for some reason, hasn't been able to do for 10 years now. But that's what they're going to do, and I appreciate that a lot, because I don't want to be sitting through a loading screen every single time with the wheel going around, even though it's funny sometimes, but really don't need that. So it's good that they're going to do it like that. They said they're saving intervals too, so if you back out and you take some breaks, you can still continue from where you left off later on. So that's very good. It seems like it's very well designed. The UI has always been pretty good in Hearthstone. I feel like that's never been a problem, and they stated that they value that a lot. So I am really, really excited for that. Also, we are going to play that.
Of course.
We are going to play that on a weekly basis on the channel. We're hoping to get through all these puzzles, and we're going to show them off on this channel. So,
yes, I believe we said we were going to release those on Wednesdays.
Okay, on Wednesday. So probably the next one will be coming up on Wednesday, which is in 3 days now, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that. I would recommend everyone who is interested in that to subscribe to our channel. We'd appreciate it, and you'll get notified about when that happens. And we also do a bunch of other Hearthstone content which you can check out. We did a budget series. We did some more meta-breaking Boomsday decks that you can check out, maybe if you want to approach it from a different angle right now. And we also do some unrelated stuff. We play other games. We also host a podcast every Saturday. It's called Trash Talk, and you can find that on our channel if you're interested in listening to us talk, and some other games too. So we'd appreciate a like on the video if this was helpful to you, and for sure go check out the explanation video, the introduction video for these puzzles. I'm personally pretty hyped, and if you are, let me know which one are you looking forward the most. For me, it's probably Lethal. It kind of seems the coolest, but the other ones are going to be interesting as well.
Yeah, I mean, the question is always, the most interesting one will probably be whichever one ends up being the hardest, and I could see that potentially being the Mirror or maybe Board Clear.
Yeah, Mirror and Board Clear, there's a lot of things to do, but we'll see. Apparently, they stated that they could become pretty hard. They said that they had testers try them out, and they took like an hour for one single
I believe that was
challenge.
Part of the final challenge from Dr. Boom, one of them.
So they're especially going to be hard with the Dr. Boom, so he's kind of the main enemy there, obviously. So yeah, tell us in the comments which one you are most hyped for, which one you think is going to be the most helpful, and which one's going to be the most fun. Up until then, we're going to see you in the next video. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.